My name is Joseph. A month of us, a group of us, went on a trip. There was about 7 of us, and we got together and we discussed where we wanted to go. We're like thinking, oh, let's go to Idaho, but we've been there many times. We're thinking about going to Arizona Canyon, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So we had one big car. So we all got in the car and we were really excited for this road trip. So we drove all day and we arrived in Las Vegas, and we're in the area and we gambled. So we arrived at 6 and we're like, why not just stay for 3 hours and look around? So we parked and we went sightseeing. We went to the Bellagio. That's like a hotel that has waterfalls. It was really cool. They have like music and drums going at the same time as the waterfall. We went to another place, but I don't remember the name. They had cheesecake. The Cheesecake Factory was there. They had delicious cheesecake, and we ate dinner, and then we had cheesecake after. It was really good. So we got back in the car and we drove all night. So we arrived at the Grand Canyon around 3 in the morning. We were all super tired. We slept under the trees. It was raining that night. We didn't really care because we were just excited to be there. We woke up at 6 in the morning. We had our backpack, which had all our camping stuff inside of it. And the 7 of us, we started at the top of the Grand Canyon and we were walking down, and it was really tough because it was like a zigzag hike. It went back and forth. It was about 11 miles. We arrived to the place called Havasupai. It's like an Indian name. It's nice because there's really beautiful waterfalls. The water was brown because there was flash floods recently. So it made the water ugly. We hiked for about 7 hours, and we had a hammock that we slept in. That night we crashed because we were tired. The next morning we woke up and the water was blue. So we started playing in the water. We put our swimsuit on. We also wore a shirt because the water was really cold. We went to a waterfall called Moji Waterfall. It was a really wide waterfall. It wasn't really deep, but it was wide. We played in the water. The waterfall rock is not slippery. It's kind of chunky, so you can use the rocks to climb up it, kind of like rock climbing. But as you're climbing up, it's kind of hard because the water is hitting your face. So we hiked to the top of the waterfall, and I felt like the king of the mountain. I really enjoyed that area. We stayed at that waterfall for about 3 hours. So then we went to another waterfall. This is a smaller waterfall. It's about 100 feet. I don't remember the name of this waterfall, but you could go behind the waterfall and climb up behind the waterfall. We made it about halfway. And we like stand behind the waterfall and look at it, and it was really cool. And we jump off, and the waterfall would push you down. You couldn't really see anything, so it was scary. It was so fun that we kept wanting to do it again. We were really addicted to keep jumping off. We went to another waterfall. This is the third waterfall. This is a waterfall that's more just for looks, and you can look at it because it's really long. It's called the Mooney Falls. It was kind of boring. But then we went to the fourth waterfall, and it's about 10 feet. This waterfall had like slides that you could slide off of. So it was about 50 feet the slide. You kind of slip up and then land into another pool. We stayed in this area for about 3 hours. We were really exhausted that night. That night we had to go home. It's a 12-hour drive and about a 7-hour hike out of the canyon. So around 7 at night we left. And so the moon was full, so we could see everything. We didn't really need a headlamp. So we left the canyon. It was really cool at night. So it was nice. So as we were hiking out the canyon, I felt really sick because we didn't get any sleep. So about 7 miles. So at the bottom of the zigzagging hike, I started hiking up the zigzag, and remember, my backpack was about 30 pounds. It was really tough for me. I struggled. We finally made it out of the canyon. We didn't see, like on the hike, we wouldn't see people on the way up. And it was like kind of just alone walking by yourself. You wouldn't run into people on the hike. But as time went on, there was a lot of people that caught up to me. And I kept looking above me, and I'd see people, and I'd be like, oh, I wish I was that person. So we finished the hike at 3 in the morning. We drove a few hours, and we got really tired, so we pulled off the road, and we slept on the side of the road. It wasn't really comfortable. We slept on rocks. We're in the middle of a desert. Then we woke up around 8 in the morning, and we continued our drive. We drove all day, and we arrived to Las Vegas, and we ate out at the restaurant called In-N-Out. It was not fancy, it's just nice food. We heard that restaurant had really good hamburgers, but it was just like a normal hamburger. It wasn't any special from other restaurants. So there's been a lot of excitement about that restaurant, but then we ate there and we left and we continued to drive. We arrived to St. George. We got out of the car because I didn't want to drive anymore. I was really exhausted. In 4 days, we only had 30 hours of sleep. We're really sleep deprived. So we bought a Red Bull, and that didn't really work. Never mind, the Red Bull did really work. It like woke me up, and we started driving on the car again. My brothers wouldn't offer to drive. They were just sleeping. There was a girl. I wasn't gonna wake her up to drive, but there was this girl that I wanted to talk to get her phone number. She's a really cute girl. We brought back in, and that was a cute girl in St. George. I talked to her, but I kept thinking about her as I was driving home. I got home, got in bed, and it crashed. I woke up, and the next day I went to school, and I hope you enjoyed my story. Thank you.